I just got back from a walk and it is cold outside. No, my dog heard the O-U-T-S-I-D-E word and he went, what? I'm sorry, what? We are not going to there. I just went to there. I went to the post office. So I'm also a little out of breath because I just walked really fast because there's like an intersection that I am always scared for my life to go through because I've almost been hit there multiple times. And it's not fun. It's not a good time. It's very scary actually. And my stomach kind of hurts because I just drank a whole hot chocolate on my way back too because I was like, I'm gonna finish it on my way home so it doesn't sit on my desk and get cold. And that was a mistake because now my tummy hurts. Bam. I am just making some little guys on swings. I have a bunch done right now. Oh my gosh, and they're all like tangled together. Please let go. They're like stuck on my lamp. So I have a bunch of little guys on swings done right now. And I'm going to do a bunch more of these. Dangle dangle. They're so stinking cute. These are one of my best sellers. I almost always sell pretty much out of these. And then I have a bunch of possums that need ears because the possums that I make they're technically sew on ears, like you make them separate and then you sew them on, but I just crochet them on. Like I stick my hook through and I do like half double crochets right above their eyes. So I have to give all my possums their ears, same with their tail. I end the pattern as the pattern has you make the tail separate and then sew it on, but for prepping purposes and for time saving purposes, I literally just like I color change to pink and then I finish it off there. What else do I have? Oh, I finished some Hollow Knight plushies today. So I have the Hollow Knight himself. He's so cute patootie. I put some really, really thin wires in his little antlers so that they'll stay. They're still like super floppy and malleable, but like they have some kind of stability and that's all I wanted. I was gonna glue felt to the back of them, but then I figured they'd still tip over and wouldn't be very stable. And then I made, it's Hornet. Hi, golly. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. What the heck is that? Oh, there was a weird little bug. I didn't like that at all. No, thank you. Oh, anyway, now that we're all scared and stressed out, I have a plant up on my desk and I have a terrarium up on my desk. My terrarium used to house my snail, rest in peace Milton, and so now sometimes bugs live in it and they just make their way into it and they make their home in it, and then sometimes they leave it and sometimes they live on my desk instead, and it scares me. I was not expecting to see a weird little bug. Then again, like I do most of my events outside, so it's not like I've never seen a bug on a plushie, but like it just stressed me out. I was not expecting to see a bug. Especially because it's cold outside, so the bugs should all be back where they belong, under the leaves. Under the leaves. Oh, wow, I'm doing this whole row. I'm making a frog right now, and one of the first things that I have to do when I make a frog is do the baubles before I even do any of the increasing. I'm just a silly little guy. Increase. It's one increase and then a bobble. Wobble. Bobble with me. 2, 3. 4. My stomach really hurts actually. It probably wasn't my best idea. I'm also probably a little bit dehydrated and I took my medicine on an empty stomach. So these are all making sense to me. increase. Yes. Okay, that is where that eyeball goes. That is where that eyeball goes. One, two, three, four. Yes. Boop, boop. I don't like a 5-stitch bobble. I think they're too big, unless you're using a smaller yarn. That's just that's my bobble hot take. I think that 5 is too many bobble. I think 4 is the perfect amount. 3 is my favorite. I love like a mini bobble. I think it's an absolute perfect little scenario right there. Okay, let me make sure. This is what I do every time I do a live on any platform. I forget where I am. And I'm not going to use a stitch marker because then it'll just add time. But of course, counting will also add time. But we're just going to count really fast. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I was right. I was right! For once in my life. Oh, for those of you just joining me, I just got back from the post office and I'm doing some prepping for the convention that I'm doing. I thought I was supposed to go set up for it tonight. But I have to set up for it in the morning, which throws a little bit of a wrench into my plans. It gives me a little bit more leniency in what I am able to get done tonight, but it does also throw the wrench in of I have to be up and out of my house by like 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. So that is not my favorite. I thought that I didn't have to be up until like 10 o'clock tomorrow. So we are struggling a little bit on that front. But that's okay. It's not very far from my house. Like it's not far at all. So it's not like it's gonna be a crazy long drive. Like we just went to see the Stardew Valley concert last week, and that was a 3-hour long drive. That was not fun. 3 hours there and then 3 hours back the next day. Was not a fun time. Would not recommend. And then my next market is in a couple weeks, and that is 2 hours away, but that's like just under 2 hours. It's like an hour 45. So that's not too bad either. This one is like literally 5 minutes from my house. So that's not too bad. That is one of the reasons I wanted to do this convention. It's also a very new convention. So if it goes well, awesome possum. If it doesn't, no worries. I just won't do it again. I also I have heard that like it just gets bigger and better every year. So, you know, maybe they'll do some kind of like feedback form. I love it. I love when a market does a feedback form. I love it so much. Hello, Peachy Pig. How's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. There's nothing like, I like to do alliterations with days. Like, oh, I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, a terrific Tuesday. But I haven't found a good one for Thursday yet. I don't know. I'm making a little frog to go on a swing right now. It's going to be a little shorter than the last frog on a swing that I made because I gave that one an extra row by accident, which is fine. What have you been up to today? I have been literally crocheting all day for my convention I have coming up tomorrow. I have been doing that. I watched some true crime documentaries. I've been back on my true crime grind lately. So I watched some true crime documentaries. Our internet's out right now, so I'm like on my LTE, which is fine because we have like unlimited data, so I'm not worried about it. That's so sweet. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. I'm just a little guy. Truth be told, I'm just a little guy. I'm just chilling. My dog is chilling. My dog is down by my feet. He's hanging out. He's upset that I just left the house for 20 minutes total. Well, I was gone for like 30 minutes. I am newly doing social media for a local cafe. So that is what I was just out doing. Well, I had to go to the post office, then I had to stop by the cafe to make some content. Or take some content. Take some footage for some content. Then I will make that content and post that content on their social media page later today. But that is how I'm paying my bills a little bit, at least. So I'm paying my bills a little bit right now. Oh, no worries. No worries at all. Thank you for coming to hang out regardless. I appreciate you. Taking time out of your evening just to come say hi. That's so kind of you. Please. Yes. All right. Frog has eyes. Little frog. Bink, bink. I like to make my frogs look kind of grouchy or like just very neutrally expressed. So it's up to the interpretation of whoever is taking them home, what they look like. Like I made one earlier. Where is it? This one. Like, is he grumpy? Is he sad? Is he just neutral? Nobody knows, but I love him. I call it a meep face. I don't know why. It just looks like they're just going meep, meep. Oh man, my stomach really hurts. Not a fun time. Oh, I have not also had enough water today. So if you guys haven't had much water today, this is your sign to have some water. I'm probably gonna grab a glass really quick in a second. I won't take you with me though, because our kitchen is currently chaos. I will finish this frog and then I'll get some water. I also have some signs I have to cut. Not these ones specifically. I'm not bringing snails or axolotls. Also, that is a piece of a false eyelash from my Halloween costume from last week's vlog. Which also, if you have not seen last week's vlog, last week I did some market prepping and we went to a market and I pet a really cool animal. And it was the coolest moment of my life. I won't spoil it for you, what kind of animal it was. But if you haven't seen it, it was really cool. It wasn't like your typical like dog or cat. It wasn't even like, well, I guess technically it was a barn animal, but still. Either way, it was very cool and it was one of the coolest moments of my life. 10 out of 10. Hands down, very, very cool. Dream fulfilled. Stuff his little butthole. Oh, I also made, for any of my fellow Star Trek fans, I am very, like, not strictly a next generation kind of guy, but like, that's the one that got me into Star Trek. So I made this little next generation science bear. Oh my gosh, are his eyes, oh no, this one just like didn't go down all the way. I was like, are his eyes on different rows? No. There he is. He's a little science officer and he's doing his very best. Maybe sometimes he even helps Dr. Crusher on the Enterprise. Another fun fact that I just found out today when I was looking up a picture of the Star Trek, of like the Starfleet emblem, which by the way, look how well that turned out. I think that turned out so cute. I think, like, I freehanded the color pattern of his uniform, and then I cut this out of felt and then I glued it on, and I think it turned out so cute. And what I found out today in my research is that every ship in like in Starfleet has its own emblem. So like this is the one for the Enterprise, and then all of them have a different one, which I think is really cool. I love that. I like Star Trek lore a lot. I just think it's neat. One of my best friends is very into Star Trek. And then another person from my past was like very obsessed with it and had me watch a whole bunch of it. And then I got into it. And while that person and I are no longer in contact, I appreciate that it was brought into my life. Because now it's one of my favorite things. And I watched through, actually earlier this year, I watched through all of Next Gen, like tip to tail. Like I binged it in like 3 months. And then when it was over, I watched all the movies. And then I listened to some of Brent Spiner's book. I love Brent Spiner, and I love the fact that it was voiced by all of the Next Gen cast. Because I was like, oh, my babies! Even though every single one of them is much older than me. I was like, my babies! Ain't this the way, though, in fandom culture? And I couldn't even... Rude. I couldn't even finish it. I really liked the campiness of it, but there was some of it that I was like, I'm just not a fan of this specific kind of story. But he did good. He's still my king, no matter what. All yeller eyes. Data's my favorite. I wanted to make a bear that looked like Data. I have some really pretty, like, sparkly yellow safety eyes somewhere in my collection. And I really wanted to make a Data bear, but I'm out of white yarn, which really, really sucks. And I don't have access to any unless I want to go get Bernat baby blanket white yarn, which I'm trying to stay away from. Like, I'm trying to get rid of all of the Bernat blanket that I have in my stash because it's no longer as easily accessible as it was when it was at Joanne. Rest in peace, Joanne. Our Joanne, they're turning it into a Ross Dress for Less. What are you doing? Cinderella. My cat is playing with plastic, which means that she's probably trying to eat it. That or, no, where I heard it. I think she... Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh, hi! Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. What are you doing? She was being naughty. She was being naughty. She was climbing over a stack of things that is piled specifically so she won't go into that area of the house. Because she has peed on the carpet there before. We have taken care of it. We have cleansed it deeply. Oh my gosh. I'm like a clown. That's what I feel like constantly in this corner. This corner is a disaster. Like, I don't even like being over in this corner sometimes because it's chaos. Also, a free pattern that I'm going to put out for testing soon, I think, once I write it down, are these very small birds. This one's a turkey, and this one's a goose. I think the goose will have a chunky little butt. Look at them! I made that. I freehanded the goose because I was like, oh, it'd be so cute to have a goose on a swing, and then he was too big for the swing. And then I was like, oh, they'd be cute either way. I love them. They're like perfectly little pocket-sized birds. The turkey, I think, is my favorite. I don't know why, like, the name Tumbles. Do you want this as this month's Patreon? I can make that happen. I wasn't sure what I was going to do for Trinket Club this month, if I'm being totally honest. I have the sticker already made up for this month's reward for Patreon because it's going to be a collab with my friend Katie at Little Lemon Stitches. But I can do the turkey and / or the goose for this month's Trinket Club. I would be happy to. I'm so glad. Good, cool. And then I will make that. Actually, I think I'll make it a free pattern. That'll be our digital gift this month, is a free pattern and a coloring page. And then it'll be a paid pattern for everyone else. Yes, yes, yes. Good thinking. I also love the turkey. I think he turned out really cute. Like, as soon as I made the goose, I was like, you know what? This could be a peacock. This could be a turkey. It would be so cute. And it's fully no-sew. And it takes 20 minutes to make. I love, those are all my favorite things about a little pocket pal. About a little pocket pal. Where did my black yarn go? Ah, found it. Found it on the floor. Where else would it be? Hello, no worries. I'm glad you're here nonetheless. I am making a frog. I'm making a little frog on a swing because I'm prepping for my convention right now. And so I'm just making a ton of little guys on swings. Here are some little ducklings that I have right now. I have another little frog on a swing. This is his little, boop, his little face. Whereas this one I made to look like the little duckies that sit in like the bathtubs in Spirited Away. He's got the little leaf on his head and he's got like the little whites on his eyes. Because it's a gaming convention that I'm vending at this weekend. So it's like tabletop games and like D&D and then like board games and then like trading card games. Like it's gaming all across the board. These take me about 30 minutes to make total, depending. Like any of the more like complicated ones take me a little longer because color changing takes me a little bit longer, but I priced them at $12, which I think is a good and fair amount because most of the things that I put on them are like my $10 items, and then I charge for the time for the swing and the materials and everything, because the swing takes me only about 10 minutes to make. The swing itself does not take me very long to make. Boop. Little frog face. Boop. But I love the duckling pattern is not mine. The frog pattern is mine, but I have yet to release it just because when it comes to pattern writing, if I make myself a pattern that's small like this or like this, like I will memorize it and I'll just remember it forever as I'm making it. I won't remember it in terms of stitches. I'll literally just remember it in terms of like muscle memory, if that makes sense. So if I think too hard about it and I have to write it down, I'm like, okay, I have to make it like 6 times and I have to think really, really hard while I make it. Like, is this where I actually place that part, or is this where I actually place that part? Like, if that makes sense. I don't know. That might be just how my brain works on that. My nose is so itchy. I also made, what else did I make? I made a little Totoro. Look how chunky dunker this guy is. I wanted to make a whole bunch of these, but every time I make one, I forget how long they actually take me. Like this guy took me an hour to make, and that is too long. Like it shouldn't take me an hour. I still have to make his little, I have to do his embroidery, but with the color changing and then with making the ears separate and sewing them, and then with making the eyes are, I take felt and then I cut a little square, and then I cut a hole in them and stab the eye through, and then I cut a circle around it. That takes a while. And then there is a tail that you make separate and sew onto it, but I just do a bobble because it's not that much of a difference. Honestly, I think it looks really cute. He's so cute though. These I price at $20 because they take me so long. I also made a huge, drop in my bee. I have one single bee. I made this 2 markets ago and I was like, oh, I'll put it out and if anybody likes it, then I'll make more of them in the future. Nobody has bought this bee. So if anybody wants this bee, let me know. I'll put it on Etsy just for you. I have 10 dragons, I think. I'll just grab like the top, the 3 from the top. These are some of the little dragons that I have. These I'm selling for $25. They take me about an hour and a half to make. And they're very cute. This one reminds me of Cookies and Cream. I love this one. Cookies and Cream bars are literally my favorite. This one is, she's giving like peach ring or like peaches and cream. And then this one is giving banana Laffy Taffy. So cute. I love these dragons. These dragons are super fun to make. I don't like the phrase like when people are like, oh my gosh, this thing is literally so addictive to make. Like I thoroughly enjoy making these to the point that I couldn't stop making them the other day. but I'm not a fan of the phrase like this pattern is so addictive. Like, that's not my jam. Let's not use that phrase in that way. But yeah, other than that, pretty much everything else is in the car. If you guys didn't see earlier, I also made a big chunky Hollow Knight, which I don't want to sell him, but I know someone will be so happy to have him in their home. Someone will be just as happy as I will. I have so many plushies. And like, I keep doing this to myself where I make one, and I'm like, oh my god, I love it so much, I want to keep it forever, and I can't. Hollow Knight is like my #1 hyperfixation right now. I love him so much, and he's just so cute. He's just so cute. A larger version of the dragons, I have a different pattern for a bigger dragon. Like, I have an actual, like, big dragon pattern. I just didn't have time to make it, because those ones take me about 3 hours. If I were to make one of those ones bigger, I would need a bigger yarn, and that is harder to come by right now, because Michael's screwed up their yarn production. Well, their manufacturer screwed up a while ago. And so it has been hard to get my yarn ever since. But I can do a bigger one. Oh, I also made a hornet. She's right here. Hi, she's so cute. I love her. I love her. I haven't played Silk Song yet. Boop, 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 boop. And a cotton yarn as a keychain. That would be cute. I'm really bad at making things in cotton and acrylic though, because I'm such a sensory person that like the softness of chenille yarn is really important to my brain and my hands to have together. And it's a lot more difficult on my wrists for me to... It is not my pattern. No, it is... Oh, let me see if my iPad is alive, because that has my pattern Bible on it. My iPad is not alive, unfortunately. I can make a post about it, though. I will make a post about it later after the live, because unfortunately my phone charger is also my iPad charger, and my phone is at 20%, so... It is, if you look up Spark the Mini Dragon on Etsy, it'll be the only one that is called Spark the Mini Dragon. And that is the pattern that I have. Yeah, of course. Alright, I have to actually make things now. I've shown you all the things that I've made. I have to actually make things, because I am so far behind. I was supposed to be working on... I was supposed to, by this time, have already made... a few of my other critters, and I haven't even finished the thing that I set out to start finishing this morning, because I have been like really distracted, and then our internet went out, and we're dealing with like another thing in our life right now that we're trying to figure out the logistics of. Like, my partner came home for lunch, and I was like, oh, I'm hungry too. And it took me a while to like start my day today, because my desk was a lot more cluttered than it usually is. And it's just been a long day, and it's only 3:30. Like, it feels like it's just been one of those days. It's just one of those days. And I'm not fully ready to set up for a convention tomorrow, if I'm being totally honest. I haven't even done my inventory yet today. Yeah. I still have to do inventory. I still have to... I've tagged... well, I've made the tags for everything that needs tags. Everything else that needed tags is already in the car. But I have to run to the car, get my bag full of things, count them all, and then add the inventory that I've made to that inventory. And so on and so forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, we'll just count that as one. Increase. Bobble time. Concentration time. You've been walking in circles in your craft room, like a tiger. That was the other thing I wanted to make for this convention. I wanted to make a derpy tiger from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I also just got a really cute pattern pack that is Huntrix, And they're super adorable little chubby little dolls in their little golden outfits. But I'm out of white. And their golden outfits are white and gold. I'm also out of mustard, which is also gold. It is not a fun time, I'll be honest. It's not very fun to market prep. My goal for next year is to only do, my therapist and I talked about this at length the other day, or yesterday. Oh my god, that was just yesterday. So I only want to do markets that are multiple day events. So like how I did the festival I did earlier this year. That was the best event I've ever done. And I only want to do events that are like to that scale, which means that hopefully I'll only be doing 4 markets total next year. And I want to focus my time more on my YouTube and more on teaching and more on pattern development, which was my goal this year too. But like, it just didn't happen because life happened instead. And then like, I decided, you know, I'm going to go full time with my business. You know, I just kind of, after my summer job ended, I was like, well, I don't have my summer job anymore. And I don't have my full-time job anymore because I left my full-time job, and like I am able to work part-time hours like at 2 or 3 of my jobs that I had. But this is what I do now, and you know, it's my goal to continue growing my community here on YouTube and to continue growing the channel and making this a big focus and getting more into the niche of like, instead of like running my crochet business, into the niche of like, you know, just crafting and crocheting and having a good time and relaxing. The pattern that I found regarding those little chibi patterns, I actually found one that was developed specifically for a chenille yarn. So those ones, they look like they're gonna work up to be maybe about this big. But then again, I think that the pattern writer might have made them with Parfait Chunky, which is my enemy. I do have some for like really small plushies, which I rarely make, but I have some, even though it is my mortal enemy. It's not as much my mortal enemy as Lily Sugar and Cream is, though. Lily Sugar and Cream is icky, and I can't stand the texture. But the one that I have is specifically for chenille yarn. It literally just came out like 2 days ago, I think. I almost convinced Mike to watch K-Pop Demon Hunters last night, though. I think he would like it. Just like I knew he would like Stardew Valley, and he didn't give it like a full chance until finally one day I was like, this is date night, we're gonna play Stardew Valley, because it popped up on PlayStation Plus. And as a PlayStation Plus subscriber, he was like, oh, Stardew is on the PlayStation now, you want to play it? And I was like, yes! Because it's my favorite video game of all time. And you'll like it because there's inventory management, there's combat, there's strategy. You'll like it. Because he is like, above all else, like the man is, he loves a game where you have a strategy. He loves a game where you have to manage things, especially like inventory management. Like he loves, Resident Evil is one of his favorite series. I'm like, you'll love it. You're gonna love it. And he loves it, by the way. By the way, my boyfriend likes Stardew Valley. My boyfriend. I say boyfriend. We've been together for 4 years. We're getting married. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. I also don't like boyfriend. I mean, like, we call each other our partner mostly because I'm non-binary. When we first started dating, it was very, very sweet, because he had never dated a non-binary person before. So he was like, what do I call you? I was like, you can call me your partner. I feel like that's dope. And he was like, all right, cool. He's like, I knew girlfriend was wrong. I was like, that is incorrect in this scenario, yes. I was like, you are aware this is a queer relationship? He's like, yeah, I know. Yeah. He was like very, he was very cool, but he was like, yeah, I know. I was like, okay, cool, 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 cool. And we've been together ever since. He's the apple of my eye, that one. He's a good man, Charlie Brown. I never watched The Great Pumpkin this year. I didn't watch a lot of my normal movies, honestly. I think it's just because we were so far behind on like our list from last year on our spooky watch list that we just wound up watching all the things we wanted to last year, and then we wound up watching a bunch of new things that like came out this year. Also, speaking of new spooky things, have y'all been watching the new It? Because it is really good. Also, wait. Did the new Stranger Things come out today? Was that today? Am I crazy? Or is it Stranger Things Day? I saw Michelle Jessic post about it. I'm like, or is it Stranger Things Day, aka the day that Will Byers was abducted into the Upside Down? I don't remember. Oh, Thanksgiving. Okay. Well, because I know they're doing that BS thing where they're releasing part of the season, and then they're releasing another part, and then they're releasing the finale separately, because they're money-hungry garbage trash. Okay. Whatever, Netflix. Eyeballs. You need eyeballs before you need stuffing. Whoop. I love it when you try to put the eyeball in the plushie and it says, no! Absolutely not! So yes, today must be Stranger Things Day, aka the day that Will Byers was abducted into the Upside Down. I've been getting really into Stranger Things lore too, because the Stranger Things play is apparently like canon and like lore that is going to be important for season 5. And I only live about 4 hours from New York City. Like, there is a bus down the street from my house that regularly takes you down to the city. I prefer to take the train to the city because I like the train. The train is fun, it's cozy, it's relaxing. It goes right along the Hudson River and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful ride. But that means that I then have to drive an extra hour and a half away in order to take the train. So it takes almost 6 hours then to get down to the city, when I could just take the bus right here, and that's like 4.5 hours. And I really want to go see it. I really want to go see the Stranger Things play. I also want to go see Omeri. There was something else that I wanted. Well, I wanted to go see Cabaret. I wanted to go see it when Orville Peck was in it, and I didn't, and I'm very sad. There was something else on Broadway. Oh, the Muppet Show on Broadway. I want to go see that too. I am very lucky that I live so close to the city, but I also never go. I never go. The last time I went for my birthday, I think 3 years ago at this point, to go see Hadestown. And it was incredible. I saw it with almost the entire original cast. The only person that was missing was Amber Gray. She had finished her run 1 week before my birthday, before we went to go see it. 1 week. I was very sad. But I did see it literally right before Andre de Shields left. Like, I think I saw it like 2 weeks before he left. And that was stunning. It was so... I love Hadestown, y'all. I love it so much. It is my favorite musical of all time. It's so good. If you've never listened to the soundtrack, you need to. It will change your life. It is so good. I love a musical. In case you couldn't tell, in case you're newer to the channel, I'm a theater person through and through. It is deeply ingrained in my brain forever. It will never leave. And we got to go down to the city when I was a kid too. Like, my middle school and my high school would take us every other year to go down to the city for a weekend. That was dope. I saw my first not to brag. My first ever Broadway show was seeing Wicked with Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth when I was 12. And I had no idea the ramifications of that when I was 12 years old. Like little middle school me going down to New York City. I was like, oh, we're gonna go see a musical. And it was Wicked. And I was like, my life has been forever changed. My life. I am so excited. I'm so excited for Wicked Part 2. They did such a good job on Part 1. Like, I thought it was stunning. I left the theater weeping. Like, I wept several times. Like, we went for date night, and I was like, Michael, listen, I'm gonna cry. And he was like, you always be crying. And I was like, no, 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 this is a different level. This is like healing my inner child crying. It's like when we went to go see My Chemical Romance. Like, there was a part of me that was forever changed and healed by seeing My Chemical Romance. I had wanted to see them since I was 12 years old. Like, when I was seeing Wicked, when I was listening to the Wicked CD on my CD player, I was also whipping out Black Parade and Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge from the same CD holder. Oh. Mike is not moved by things in the way that I am. Mike is not a crier. He is very much a, yeah, that was good. Yeah, I liked it. Like, that was his reaction when we saw Hadestown. It was literally like, yeah, it was good. I was like, you weren't moved. You weren't deeply, like, he's not an emotional person in the way I am, and that's okay. We balance each other in that way. And oh, big yawn. Holy crap. Oh gosh, I'm tired too. Anyway, all of this being said, I love theater. I love theater. That's why I love My Chemical Romance so much, though. They're very theatrical. Same with Ghost. They're one of my other favorite bands. I love them so much. They are very theatrical. And I didn't, like, I liked their music, but, like, I didn't really know much about them. A couple years ago, I got Mike tickets to go see them for his birthday, because I knew he liked them. He's had a Ghost poster on the wall ever since before we started dating. I moved into his apartment with him, and so I was like, oh, they are playing like an hour from our house. I bet he'd be stoked to have that for his birthday. So I surprised him with tickets. We went and saw, and I enjoyed myself so much. I truly, like, I had so much fun, and they turned into one of my favorite bands because it was such a good concert. And then Mike got pneumonia because it was pouring rain. And it was freezing, and we were out on the lawn. So his birthday present turned into me discovering one of my new favorite bands and him being sick. Ain't that just the way? Ain't that just the way? Alright, he needs his little face. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Where is my black yarn? There it is. Puppy. Are you so comfy cozy? You're just such a grumble womblin'. You're just such a grumble womblin'. Handsome bobandsome mansome. Love you. You're such a critter. My dog is, like, visibly aging, and it hurts me every single day to look at his little white eyebrows. I've had this dog pretty much since he was a puppy. I got him when he was a year and a half old, and now he's 10 whole years old. Wow. You are the youngest person who ever existed. It was Frank Ayero's 15th birthday. I also have been very into watching, like, old My Chem performances because of that. Because I didn't really, like, I had the internet growing up. But, like, I wasn't, like, into, like, internet fandom culture as much when I was, like, 12 and 13 because I didn't really know it existed. I kind of, like, did my own thing and lived on my own. And I had friends who were really into it. But I didn't feel like I was, like, allowed to be a part of that because I was like, oh, I'm not as big of fans as they are, I guess. Like, I'm not a good enough fan. They're gonna think I'm a poser. Being a middle schooler is whack. Being a high schooler is whack. I'm so glad that I'm, like, a whole adult who knows how to heal themselves a little bit better. It is so crispy outside. Oh, it's such a beautiful fall afternoon. I'm low-key a little grouchy that I have to be inside. Like, I love what I do. I'm very grateful for what I get to do. But sometimes, like, I look outside and I see how beautiful of a day it is. I'm like, man, I just want to go for a hike. But that's literally why I wanted to work for myself, is so that I could make my own schedule, be like, oh, I can just go for a hike whenever I want to. That'd be so cool. But I don't get that choice today because I'm market prepping, which is why I want to get away from market prepping, because it takes up literally all of my time. And it is exhausting. Right? Literally, I can't. He's so baby. He's just a little baby boy. He's just the babyest guy in the whole wide world. All right, I have 2, 4, I have 6 swings left. I think I'm gonna save those for later. I'm gonna see if these do well, and if they do well, I will make the other 6 swings, because Artist Alley is open 11 to 7 every day. There are multiple events going on at all times during the whole weekend. So there's going to be different times when it's probably going to be really slow and dead. So during those times, I will make more. Because again, I'm not going to be very far from my house. And if need be, one of my booth neighbors is one of my friends. And I can be like, hey, I'm be gone for 20 minutes. And they're going to be like sick. And they'll probably watch my booth for me, easy peasy. I'm like, I'm doing the thing where I yap too much. And I'm getting like, I'm physically exhausting myself from just yapping. I really don't want to make anything else. I've been making things nonstop every single day this week. And I'm very, very tired. And like, it's like, I want to make things that I want to make right now. And all of the things that I have to make, I don't want to make a single one of them. However, they are my most popular things. Actually, you know what? Again, I already have some stock of some of the things, like some of my little things that I can bring supplies for easy peasy. So I think I will give myself that break. And I will work on them tomorrow during the convention, because I already have some stock of them. So if I make more, then I will have more. I need to finish my Junimos. That was the other thing I need to finish. I have this whole bag of Junimos and all of their leaves, and they need all of their stems and their little legs. And then I need to make ears for my possums. And those are 2 mindless tasks that I can do easy peasy. And then I need to tag my newer inventory. Actually, I'll do that right here, right now, because it's already here. It's already here in front of me. I need to do some printing. My printer's already plugged in. It just needs to be turned on. But that also requires me to... No, I have to use Canva. And my internet's out. Oh, that sucks. I might have to go to the library. And do some printing. That really, really, really sucks. That really sucks. This tapestry technically does not have a way to be hung up, so I might have to figure that out. But look at this tapestry. Look how beautiful this is. I'm so proud of this. It is also technically reversible with the way that it is, because it is an overlay mosaic tapestry. I am obsessed with overlay mosaic. I also made this little cat in a little kitchen, and I think I'm going to turn it into a pillow. It probably won't be done for this market, for this weekend. If I get time, then I will convert it into a pillow for this weekend. And if I don't have time, then I will turn it into a pillow for my next market. But I love how this turned out. It's so cute. I really, really, really love this technique. It's really fun. And the way that it comes up is so puffy and so like texturally satisfying. And I really want to start my blanket that is made with this technique. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'm burnt out. Like, I'm burnt out beyond belief right now. And I have to do a whole convention for the next 3 days. Ah! This is what I do. This is what I do to myself. But I have a whole blanket that I want to make that is with that. I literally learned how to do it for that blanket. because I saw that blanket. I fell in love. I said, I must have her. I'll die without her. And because of the way that it is made, it's going to be like an unintentionally weighted blanket, which is so fantastic. And I'm very, very excited. Boop. Making possum ears, making possum ears. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take a bacon and I put it in a pancake. Have you guys been watching the new season of Fiona and Cake? What do you think? Tell me. Yes. Pattern draft. This is also parallel play for me. Like, if I wasn't sitting here yapping, I would literally just be watching more true crime dogs. That is all I've been doing this week. Mike and I have also been on our Ghost Adventure grind. That's been our TV show of choice. However, the internet's out right now, so we can't even watch it later. We can't even watch it. The reason that the internet is out is either because there is an outage or because of another reason. And there has yet to be word on that other reason. But I hope that it's just because there's like an outage. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I never got my water. I'm gonna go grab a water in a second. Because I am a thirsty little dog. Remember how I said, I'm gonna finish this frog and then I'll get some water? And then I didn't do that. That's okay. We live, we laugh, we lurk. That is another, I want to get better at pixel art so I can make more tapestry grid patterns. I'm currently, like, it currently mystifies me. I think it's because I overthink it. But, yeah, I want to get good at tapestry art, like pixel art, so I can make tapestry grids. And I want to make one that says live, laugh, lurk, but like a Midwestern mom's home, live, laugh, love. Possum. Beep, 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 beep. This is a free pattern. This is by Rumble Crochet on Instagram. It's free. Like I said, I made it no-sew. I make it in a no-sew fashion, so when I finish out his butt, instead of just finishing it, closing it, making the tail separate, and then sewing it on, I do a color change on the last decrease of his butt, and I color change it to pink, and then I just make the tail from there, and then I sew it shut with the pink, and then the ears, as you just saw, I crochet onto it, because they look super cute, and it's super easy. It takes me less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna grab some water, though, so enjoy the back of my chair. Well, the back of my chair did have this cool My Chemical Romance shirt that I made, but it's currently stuck. So enjoy the front of my chair. Water achieved. Ugh. Water achieved, water required, water, whatever. Water ever. Okay. Black yarn. Aha! Thank you. Passed me from 30 seconds ago. Sometimes I will drop the yarn on the floor and then I'm like, where did it go? But I put it up on my desk. Oh, life hack. Remember to do things for yourself. I have been doing the thing lately where I'm like, oh, future me will love this. Because I would much rather do something for someone else than for myself. And so if I do it for future me, who is a completely different person than present me, then I am much more likely to do it. Like my laundry that I meant to put in this morning and then I forgot to. Boop. Because I'm out of comfy pants. If I'm out of comfy pants, then that means I have to wear jeans, which is what I'm doing right now. And I hate jeans. The ones, thankfully, I have gotten rid of all but maybe one pair of jeans that, like, aren't elastic and uncomfortable. Or aren't elastic and aren't comfortable, I should say. Because I have big sensory issues when it comes to jeans. I very, very rarely wear them. I am on a quest, like a constant quest, to look for pants that, like, are really comfy, but don't look like pajamas. Like, feel like pajamas, but don't look like pajamas. There's someone I follow on Instagram who is really big into doing that, and they have found many a pant for themselves that are like that. And I want many a pant like that. That's why I like to wear skirts, because I don't like to wear leggings by themselves, but I love to wear like a skirt over leggings. Like big comfy sweater over comfy skirt over a pair of leggings. An instant favorite outfit. Or I own a lot of rompers. A lot of rompers, a lot of overalls. I love overalls. Like, specifically, there is a brand that I wear a lot called Run and Fly, and those ones are really stretchy and super comfortable. Okay, Sam's Club. Pop up. I feel like Sam's Club and Costco low-key have, like, really good clothes. I haven't been to a Costco in years, but from what I remember, Kirkland goes hard. My mom used to have a Costco membership. I think the closest one to me is like an hour and a half, though. It's like out by my mom. We're supposed to be getting an IKEA out that way too, very, very soon, which is really awesome because the closest one to me, other than that, is like New Jersey. And that is also like 4.5 hours away. I also forgot how close that Philly and New Jersey are to each other. Because when we were in Philly to go see my chem a few months ago, I was like, what can we do? We're going to be in Philly for a few hours the next day. We had to drive a little upstate to meet my sister to go to the Mahoning Drive-In. Shout out to the Mahoning Drive-In. The greatest drive-in on the face of the planet. Highly recommend if you're anywhere near Philadelphia. Not Philadelphia. Anywhere in Pennsylvania. You should go. Anywhere in New York. Anywhere in the surrounding areas. You should go to the Mahoning Drive-In. But we had a few hours to kill before we went and met my sister. So I was like, we could go to the Natural History Museum, which is what we wound up doing. Or we could go to the aquarium. I was like, but the aquarium, for some reason, it's saying Philadelphia, but it's being listed in New Jersey. Like, how could that be? And then I looked at the map, and there was literally a bridge from Philadelphia over the river to New Jersey. And I was like, ah, that would be why. Our hotel was 10 minutes from Jersey. I don't remember if it was the day before or the day after My Chem did their Jersey show. And for those of you who don't know, My Chemical Romance is from New Jersey. And where they went, the mayor there gave them the key to the city. And they named a street after them, My Chemical Romance Way. Which is funny because the lead singer of My Chemical Romance is named Gerard Way. I love them. I love them so much. You guys, I just really love My Chemical Romance. I really love them. They're just my favorite band in the whole wide world. Oh my god, speaking of concerts and bands. So last night, counted as our date night, because usually date nights are Thursdays, but we were gonna go see a concert last night. However, I'm an idiot. And when I say that, I mean I got the date completely wrong for the concert. It's not until Tuesday, as in like next Tuesday. For some reason, I had it in my head that it was yesterday. So Mike gets home and he's starting to panic a little bit. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I'm feeling a little overstimulated because it's just like we're just going too fast. Like, you know, I'm just ready to go. Like we just gotta, you know. I was like, I'm sorry. You know, we just gotta get to the concert. It's not till doors open at 7. Concert's not till 8. Like, we got time. So we went out. We found dinner. Ooh, I'm dropping yarn all over my dog. Went out. We found dinner. I'm turn my light on. Because it's starting to get dark outside. Because I forgot that sunset's at 4:30 right now. And we were doing time check. And we get there. There's nobody outside the theater. Like, except the security. And I was like, the show doesn't start till 8. Like, it's like 7:40 right now. Like, there's no way they started 20 minutes early. So we roll in, and the lady scans our tickets, and she's like, that's weird, they're not scanning. There was like an error. I was like, I just bought them today. She was like, oh, this is for the Crane Wives next week. And I was like, what do you mean next week? She's like, see, look, it's for the 11th. Today is the 5th. I was like, you don't say, queen. You don't say. Thankfully, the theater's within walking distance of our house. But I was like, what? So, I'm a dumb idiot. And I, like, rushed my poor partner to go get dinner and be stressed out. I felt so bad. But he doesn't work on Tuesday because it's Veterans Day. So we don't have to rush or anything on Tuesday. We ain't gotta rush or nothing on Tuesday. We can eat at home. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We did have a delicious dinner, though. We went to a bar that we haven't been to. Well, he's been to it plenty of times because it used to be a different bar, but now it is a new bar. And the food was very good. I liked it a lot. And the vibes were very cozy. We sat right next to a fireplace. Dude was like, you want me to turn the fireplace on? And I was like, nah, we good, but, you know, maybe next time. And it started pouring rain the second the dinner was done, and we're running to the theater. I'm wearing Crocs. I'm wearing platform Crocs at that. We're running. We're hustling. We get there. I was like, there's nobody out here. And I hear music in there. Did we miss the whole show? Oh, that one was up too high. That one needs to be over. One more stitch. Boop, boop. Ah! No! When it falls on the floor. Oh, please. Thank you. Like, I could just lower my chair so I'm close to the floor, but, like, why would I do that? Then I have to raise my chair back up. You raise me up. Oh. What am I doing? Yes. Okay. I figured it out. Have you guys seen The Righteous Gemstones? That is one of my favorite shows I think I've ever watched. It is so funny and it's very, very good. And I love it a lot. I love John Goodman. I love him so much. That man simply is, I'll say it, so fine. So fine. Always has been, always will be. If you didn't think that, especially with the live action Flintstones movie, where have you been? Hop on that John Goodman train. Same with Jack Black. When people were like, actually, Jack Black's pretty hot. I'm like, where have you been? Of course he is. He always has been. The goofier the man, the more darling he is. Where y'all been? Boop. Also, a man that I think should get more credit and more internet thirst is the teacher from Stranger Things. Like, when Joyce walks into his garage and he's painting miniatures and listening to Weird Al, that's the perfect man. Like, why would you need anything more than that? And he knows things about science, like really cool things about science. Chef's kiss of a man. Why does that feel way too close to his eyeball? Just gonna shishka possum. I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm kind of deliriously tired because I've been at this for like 5 days straight, just making critters. Which again, I love. Like, I love doing this. I love that I get to do this. I am very privileged to be able to do this as my job. So I'm not complaining when I say this. But I'm so gosh darn tired of making some of these critters, and I would really like a break. But I don't really get one because I have another market in 2 weeks. And then after that one, I have another one in like a week and a half. No, that one is also 2 weeks. The 23rd. Oh. That is a week and a half. Yep. A week and a half, because it's like the week after Thanksgiving. And the other market that I have is the week of Thanksgiving. It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. Boop. All right. We're almost done. We have 4 more possums to go. We've done 2, 4. This is number 5. So we got 4 more to go. I think our possum total is 11, which I would like to have more for a 3-day long market. But then again, well, that was a complete, like, I was gonna say, but then again, like, last year for my holiday market, for one of my holiday markets, I made like 20 possums and I only sold like 8 of them. But this is going to be a convention full of my kinds of people, so I know my people are going to want possums. My people want possums. My people want I didn't make chickens. Oh my god. I wanted to make Stardew Valley chickens to go to sit with my Judimos. I didn't do that. That's okay. I can't make everything I want to make. I can prioritize things as much as I want to, but at the end of the day, I didn't have as much time to prep for this as I wanted to, because I wasn't supposed to have that market that I just had like 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to have another one like 2 weeks before that, and therefore I would have had a month to prep for this, but I had to continue prepping for the other one, and then only had 2 weeks to prep for this one from the stock that I had from the other one, which the other one I did really well, but I didn't do so well that like I had literally nothing left. I still have all of my big guys left, and like I know at conventions people are more likely to buy big things because they like them and they're there to spend money on a local artist. I did hear something that I guess like last year people were like way more into like the 3D printed things because they were cheaper compared to handmade things, which really sucks. So I might like make some kind of note of like, hey, this stuff is all made by my hands, not like a little robot. And as cool as it would be to be a little robot, like, I am not that. So that's why this probably costs more than stuff made by a little robot. Like, I don't want to like directly call out and be like, hey, 3D printers, you suck, but you know, it would be cool to cool to have my work acknowledged as a handmade thing. Hopefully there won't be any AI artists there either. I feel like they had like a no AI clause. I know one of the other markets I'm doing has a no AI clause, like don't even bother applying if your art is AI kind of thing. I'm pretty lucky that a lot of the markets around me are fairly well curated to the point that like there's usually not other crocheters, or if there are, like we have completely different styles, or we make like we're in different niches. But sometimes at some markets that I've been to, like especially like the bad markets I've been to, there'll be like, you know, another crocheter right in front of me, and then another one right behind me, and we all sell like literally the same patterns, like because those happen to be like big sellers, which is another reason that like I kind of want to get away from markets, because like I want to carve out my own niche, and I feel like the only way I would be able to do that is by making more like one-of-a-kind pieces, and like going like spending all of my time, money, and effort going to markets for that, I don't think would be worth it, if I'm being totally honest. Because when it comes to markets, people are usually there to like casually shop. They're not there to be like, oh, I'm looking for like really cool, like unique art to collect. I'm just looking for like a silly little trinket. Oh, good night, Peachy Pig. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Have a good sleep. Get cozy. All right, 2 more possums to go, and then we're done with possum faces. And then I gotta kick it into high gear for my Junimos, because those take a little while longer. Oh, goodbye, possum. Fall onto the floor. My little turkey fell onto the floor, too. I don't know what it is. Hello, welcome. You have arrived. Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to keep track of everybody's comments while also prepping. So if I miss your comments, I will get to them eventually. I promise. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. All right, that's one possum ear done. Hello. Oh, people walking. I have my window open. I wonder if people just hear me talking to myself. They probably do, because I do this even when I'm not live on YouTube, honestly. I just be yapping out loud. Usually it's to my pets, but my cats are currently in timeout in the bedroom. And my dog is down by my feet. He's kind of like half listening. His ears are like back toward me, but he's looking out the window. He's probably looking at some squirrels in the tree. Yay! Yeah, I used to do this on TikTok a lot more, and then I kind of stopped using TikTok. Like, I don't really use it a lot. I'll use my personal TikTok a lot just to like watch TikTok, but my snailboat TikTok, I used to go live, and then I just kind of fell off it for a while. But my community here on YouTube is growing a lot faster than my TikTok community ever grew. So I think that I will stick with this. I would like to try to do like a live, like a regular live every week, but every time I say that, like things happen, or like my spoons get really low and I'm unable to. Like I was on Twitch for a little while, and doing that got exhausting, especially because like eventually people just stopped showing up to my Twitch streams, which is fair and valid. Like everybody's got a life. I don't expect everybody to like plan their life around my game stream every week. But it was to the point that like there were multiple weeks on end that I was just talking to myself, and then my internet got really bad and my computer didn't want to stream very well anymore. Like I'm streaming on my phone now, and I'm going off my actual data, which is fine because I have unlimited data. it was just the thing. I know, like, well, cause my internet in my apartment sucks. Like, we have a really crappy internet service that like just cuts out all the time, like nonstop. And my computer is, I kid you not, like right here. I'm touching my router right now. It's right behind me. It's literally right next to my computer. It's garbage. Garbage and trash. Maybe eventually we will be able to upgrade our internet and I can go back to Twitch streaming because I love playing my video games and yapping while I play my video games. But you're my cat's lawyers. They did do something. They were both very naughty. They were naughty as heck. Mostly, my older cat. I have a very strong witness statement, aka me. And I witnessed her going into the forbidden part of the house. She's not allowed back there because that used to be her pee on the carpet spot. We have since deep cleaned and purged that carpet, and we have like stacked things up. So she is the least graceful cat you've ever seen. Like, I don't know, like, she's not a good climber. She's like a potato with sticks for legs. She's just very round. And like, she's not like fat. Like, she's literally just like round. And she has never been very graceful. So she can't climb things very well. And I caught her climbing the mountain of stuff that we keep in place for her to not go into the forbidden place. That's also why we have baby gates up. We have baby gates up all over our house to forbidden places. Because she can't get over those. And then our little one is too stupid to realize that like he can clear those no problem. But he never has. Because he doesn't understand that like he can get over them. Like, I just think his sweet little single brain cell does not comprehend that. He's a good boy. He's just really, really dumb. He's just really, really dumb. Hi, Bubba's. What you doing? Speaking of good boys who are... My dog's really smart. He's just not bright. He's not the brightest egg in the barrel, as one of my friends would say. Alright, that is my final possum. All done with possums. They're gonna go back in the possum bag. Oh my gosh, please. Oh, just kidding. Hidden possum. One more possum. Secret possum. Secret possum. Secret possum. Through the trash mound. Alright. Boop. Tighten, you fool. Fly, you fools. We haven't watched the trilogy in a minute. And it is about to start getting snowy. What? Who do you see? What do you see? With your elven eyes, Bilbo? There must be like a bird in our backyard or something, because my dog just got alert. Where my windows are, we're like surrounded by trees, which is awesome and I love. Like, it kind of feels like a tree house in my little alcove over here. And so my pets love to lay under my desk because there's like window, and the windows are basically like on the floor. So they get to sit on the floor and look out the windows. And so I call it, under my desk, I call their clubhouse, because they have a bunch of pillows and stuff to lay on down there. Sometimes I'll lay under there because I love a little comfy, cozy nook where I can just curl up and be chilling. and nothing else exists. And so my doggo is laying down looking at the trees right now because there's probably some critters out there. I want to get one of those bird feeders that can attach to my windows. Like one of the ones that has like suction cups. But there's not like... Shishka possum. It's a pretty good one. Some silly stuff, man. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to be silly, I guess, you guys. I really like being silly. I just really like being silly. Hello? People just be listening to music out loud on my street. I tell you what. I tell you what. I don't know what it is about living where I live. There's also somebody who, like, goes down the street singing their music out loud at, like, 7 o'clock in the morning. And our windows are, like, paper thin. Like, a wafer thin. It's wafer thin. But our windows are so thin and our walls are so thin that you can hear everything happening outside at all times, even when the windows are closed. And they'll just sing their music out loud. 7 a.m. 10 a.m. Santa's coming to town. Santa! It's almost time for me to watch Elf. Almost time for me to watch Elf. Possums are done. Bam. Possums. Oh, I'm not ready to do these Junimos. We gotta get them done, though. We gotta get them done. Ugh. Literally, like, I have been a barista on and off for the last 12 years of my life. And I am just not... I was a baker for a little while. I worked at a bakery, and I had to be there at 6 a.m. every day. And, like, I had to turn my music up so loud in my car. Like, it's, like, in the middle of nowhere. So, like, once I would, like, leave town and get to, like, the middle of nowhere part, I would turn my music all the way up because it was the only way that I could wake myself up. But if you... not by my choice, are listening to your music really loud, and you're singing it out loud. The other day it was Poker Face by Lady Gaga, 7 a.m. on my street. Sir, back it up. Settle it down. No. Absolutely not. Okay, where's your leaf, good sir? Thy leaf, good sir. I thank you. Oh, this requires so much sewing. Well, not too much sewing. You know what? Maybe I'll make all their little stems first. Because their stems are the only part I actually have to sew on them, and every other part I just have to do the no-sew little thing where I just put my hook in their bodies. Again, this is one of those patterns that's like, you have to sew all these parts on. I'm like, no, I do not. That can be no-sew. Why are you making my life more complicated? For what, Miss Girl? Why am I using a 5.5 for this? This is like a 4.5 job. This is a job for my 4.5. Is that my 3.75? I'll scream. Ah! It was my 3.75. Where in the Sam Hill is my 4.5? That is a 6. Miss Girl, that's a 3.5. That is a 5.25. Who invents these hook sizes? Oh my god. Okay, my 4.5 is somewhere. Oh, you know what? I bet it's in my craft bag. Hold up. Hold up. because this is the bag that I take with me to work whenever I work at my desk job. Do I technically have 3 jobs? Yes. But we're not going to talk about that. I am an as-needed employee at 2 of my jobs. And therefore, I work them when I can, when I have time to. One of them is a desk job. And this is my bag that I bring to my desk job. It's by my good friend Guppy Moss, who is so talented. Like, they made this. We did a trade for this. I love it. We're going to do a trade for a quilted witch hat. They're going to quilt me a witch hat, and I'm going to make them whatever they want. Because I love that. I love having cool, talented friends. I did an art trade for this tattoo. I made... okay. I made my buddy Beth a purse. And she made me a tattoo on my body. Hello. Welcome to our chit chat. Welcome to the Yap Sesh. I'm low-key deliriously tired. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay, because I'm getting stuff done. Oh, my back hurts, actually. Oh my gosh. It always hurts, but right now it hurts. Ugh, I still don't have internet. I still don't have Wi-Fi. What you doing? What you doing? In the kitchen by himself, I don't trust it. My dog, much like a toddler, like when he gets a little too quiet in another room, you start to fear. At least I start to fear. Because as sweet and precious and innocent as my dog is, he do be eating things that he should not be eating. I mean, I totally should sleep. However, that is not a thing that I am able to do today, because today I have a bunch of prepping I need to get done for a 3-day-long convention that starts tomorrow morning. And I thought I was supposed to go set up for it tonight. However, that was not the case. And therefore, I have a bunch of stuff I have to get done for it tonight. Unfortunately. So right now, I am just making a bunch of stems for a bunch of Junimos that I made yesterday, or the day before. Yes, I made Junimos the day before yesterday. And my plan was that yesterday I was going to work only on all my little guys that I wanted to make today. But that did not happen, because instead I indulged in my desires instead of my needs. And I made my giant Hollow Knight plushie. I also had a migraine that was so bad yesterday, I couldn't get off the couch. I couldn't get off the couch for the first like 2 hours of my day. And then in order to help ease my migraine, I had to take an almost hour-long shower. And then I had therapy yesterday also, which also takes about an hour and a half-ish sometimes. So I had other things. Well, I guess technically yesterday was like a self-care necessity day. But because of that, that kind of took away a lot of the spoons that I was reserving for today. Today was supposed to be like last minute things, like doing my signage and doing some printing and cutting, all of which I still need to do, by the way. Oh no! That sounds awful. My dog has a really sensitive stomach, so if he eats something wrong, he's just kind of spewing out both ends for days on end until we can get him medicine, like take him to the vet and be like, hey, I know exactly what's happening. They're like, well, last time it happened, they're like, well, we can't just give you what you think he needs. And I was like, this has happened to him multiple times. I know exactly what he needs. And they're like, well, we're gonna have to do some tests to figure that out. And I was like, he literally ate the thing he wasn't supposed to eat that makes him do this. So, but okay, go off. And when they were like, well, I guess you were right, I was like, I know I was right. um, but yes, my migraine has gone away. I do get them pretty often. And they stem from stress headaches because of the way that I sleep, or like tension headaches. Because I have to sleep sitting upright a lot of the time. Like, not like straight up sitting up, but like kind of at an elevation because my acid reflux is really, really bad. So, unfortunately, that affects my back and my shoulders, which then goes on to affect my head, my neck and my head. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And that's fine. I do get them pretty frequently, though. I know how to help ease them at the very least. I get them frequently enough that I know what helps and what doesn't. I know what helps and what doesn't. And yesterday, what helped was a very long shower in very hot water, a lot of hydration, and a nice good breakfast with some protein and some fruit. I have a lot of chronic things going on with my body. I'm a chronic illness kind of guy. Unfortunately, it just is the way that my body works. I kind of have a good mixture of chronic conditions, which is kind of what happens to some folks' bodies. And that is what happens with mine. And it is what it is. I deal with it when I have to. There's no really which way about it most of the time. Just living my life, dealing with it when I can, in the way that I can. Oh my goodness. That is the wrong yarn. That's the right yarn. There we go. 2, 4, 6. I think I have 3 more to go. I think I made 9 Junimos. I made 8 or I made 9. I don't remember. I'll make 9 just in case. 5. It's acid reflux. Like, my acid reflux is so bad that I will just, like, I will start throwing up. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, I will just start puking, and my body doesn't care that I'm nowhere near the bathroom. Like, I have puked on the floor. I've puked on myself. It's pretty gnarly, and I've seen a doctor about it before. And they're like, oh, just take acid reflux medicine. I'm like, but you don't understand. I'm puking, like, a lot. And they're like, Yeah, I have neurodivergencies. I have physical things. It is what it is. Mine, see, because of my neurodivergencies, I have a lot of trouble eating things that are better for me than other things are, and that is kind of where my acid reflux comes from. It's because my diet isn't exactly the best, because I have a lot of trouble with certain textures or certain smells or certain tastes. Like if the food doesn't bring me the right amount of dopamine, then like my body will basically like reject it almost. Like sweet things for breakfast, my body doesn't like love it. Or like cold food, I can't really eat a lot of the time. Like, it's a sensory thing, and like everybody's different. Everybody's neurodiversity is like different when it comes to like sensory things or like food things. Like I think it's called ARFID. It's like it has something to do with like not being able to eat like certain textures or whatever. I'm not a full expert on it, but I know that it is like a widely experienced neurodivergent thing. Like my parents growing up were like, "Oh my god, you're literally so picky. Like stop being so dramatic. Like you're not going to throw up because this thing like tastes wrong." I was like, "No, I will. I will." And then I did a lot. My parents were like, "Oh my god, you're literally so dramatic." I'm like, "No, this thing literally like is physically affecting me, parents, please. All you eat is mac and cheese and chicken tenders." Yes, because those are safe. Those are safe, parents. Safe food. Exactly. Exactly. My brain has to be like, yeah, you can eat that. Yeah, that's cool to eat. Yeah, that's safe. That's fine. Don't worry about that. That's good. You're good. You're good to eat there. You're good to eat that. Like it takes it's like that on top of decision paralysis when it comes to eating. Like sometimes I just won't eat because I'm too overwhelmed with how many choices there are. Or like I won't eat like because I'm too hyper focused on something. I don't have to like make myself eat. That's so fair. Sometimes the texture of water is wrong. Sometimes it's not right. Like if it doesn't have like a flavor or like some kind of barrier, like water isn't like, and no two waters are the same. No two waters are the same. What you want to eat? Literally, I don't know what I want to eat unless like I have no in between. It's either I know exactly what I want to eat, it like exactly to a T. We're gonna order like from this restaurant. I'm gonna get the exact same like meal that I always get. Like it's like I have to think about like which meal do I want rather than like I don't care about the restaurant itself because like I don't order anything else from there. I order my meal. Like Texas Roadhouse, I order the chicken critter meal with 2 sides of ranch and a sweet potato and a Caesar salad. Like that is my order every single time without fail. I will never order anything else from Texas Roadhouse. Like the Korean barbecue place that we go, I always get like the same like 4 things, and I always make the exact same sauce and the exact same combination every single time at the little sauce bar. Where else? Chili's. Chili's is different because Chili's I will switch it up once in a while, but there are like 3 very specific meals at Chili's that like I will interchange. But it's like I need to want that exact meal. It's like, do I want that meal or do I not want that meal? Exactly. Like basic life stuff is like remembering to do basic life stuff on top of then like having the motivation or the spoons to do basic life stuff is so hard. Is so hard. Like I have to remind myself every single day, like you have to eat breakfast. Like I have an alarm on my phone every single day that's like, eat your breakfast. Like whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing and go eat something. Like go make your breakfast. Or like whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing, take your meds. Whatever you like, another alarm is like put on your deodorant. Like wash your face if you haven't today. Like, oh, see, okay. When restaurants change their recipes for something, Chili's changed their ranch. I swear, I don't know what it was, but they changed their ranch. I got the OG strain of COVID a few years ago. And when I did, it screwed with my senses in my face. Like my sense of smell and my sense of taste, like, completely changed because of it. Like, it screwed it up so bad that like my favorite soda I can't drink anymore because it tastes like dirt now. Or like my other favorite soda tastes like cleaning products because I can like taste all the individual chemical, like I don't know what it is. But like Sprite used to be my favorite soda. I could drink it all the time. Now it tastes like cleaning product. And then like any like brown soda tastes like dirt. Like I'm not even like Pepsi, Coke. Dr. Pepper, the flavored ones don't, but the regular ones do. I don't, I like truly I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's, it makes me sad. I used to be, well, when I was a kid, I was a really big soda drinker because my mom worked for a Pepsi factory, so she would bring home Pepsi products all the time. I was one of the first people to get to try Pepsi Blue. If you're old enough that you remember Pepsi Blue, that was a vibe. I miss Pepsi Blue. Shout out to Pepsi Blue. We also tried Baja Blast. We were some of the first people to try Baja Blast. That was cool. I was like, whoa. Same with, I think it was cherries and cream Dr. Pepper. There used to be like a cherries and cream Dr. Pepper. It was good. They better not. The strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper is my favorite. It's my favorite. It's so good. Literally, like, I drink water. I'll be drinking water. I'm literally drinking water right now. I drink a lot of, because it's fall, I drink a lot of apple cider. I love an ice cold apple cider. A warm apple cider is nice, but like warm drinks hurt my stomach. Like they make my stomach feel like twisty. I don't know what it is about them. It's like the same thing with soup. Like if a soup isn't like chunky and creamy, I don't really like a soup. I don't like a brothy soup. I love like a chicken and dumpling soup. That's what I make a lot. But it's like the way that I make chicken and dumplings, it may as well be like chicken pot pie filling with like little dough bits in it. It's basically like almost chicken and biscuits. Which I made some the other night, and then we didn't put it away in the fridge. We forgot it and we left it out overnight, and I was really sad because it was going to be my lunch leftovers the next day. And I didn't get to have it 2 days in a row. It's one of my favorite meals. That's one of the ways I sneak vegetables into my diet. Literally, it is so make or break when you're cooking your own food, and I get so stressed out about it. And that's the other thing is like there's too many choices, man. There's too many choices to make when it comes to like doing groceries, especially. It's like, what do I want to eat this week? Like what proteins do I want to have? Like how do I want to prepare them? What sides do I want to have with them? How do I want to prepare those? Like, oh, I have to plan my whole week around like, and like we started doing the thing where we were only going for groceries like for 2 or 3 days at a time. But then like the amount of energy it takes to like go to the grocery store multiple times a week is insane, and grocery delivery is so expensive. And like even though like, and we could do like the go and like pick up the groceries, but like that's also expensive because they charge extra for like having their person go around to the store and pick out your groceries for you. Being neurodivergent is expensive. Anyway, I can't find my black yarn that I was using for this. It is nowhere to be found. Oh, that really stinks. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay. We're gonna have to change our plan and go with a different black yarn then. Go with this one. That's fine. It's fine. It really is fine. It's just like not as thin as the other black yarn that I was using. Which like this is one of the only cases where I like a thinner yarn, because these turn out really chunky if you're using like a thicker yarn. Where did my 4.5 go? Is that my 4.5? Yes it is. I really don't want to do this. Like, I'm so tired. But I have to push through because I did this to myself. Yeah, these turn out so much chunkier. Crap. It's fine. Bubba, stop chewing on yourself, please. Stop chewing on yourself, dude. Sometimes he'll chew on himself so much that, like, his feet will just be wet. He'll just come over and he'll like, when he wants attention, he'll like put a paw on my hand. And he'll be like, Mama, pet me. And his paw is just like soaked. And I'm like, ugh, what'd you do, boy? I was just munching on it. Whenever he like bites himself, we call it snunchin' because it's snacking and it's munching. Yummy! I'm glad that you were able to finish part of your pattern drafting. I might shut down this live very soon though and go curl up on my couch while I do this, because this is like the most menial thing. And I kind of want to throw a TV show on, and I can't do that on anything other than my phone right now because, again, my Wi-Fi's out. So I can't watch anything on my iPad. I can't watch anything on my PlayStation. I can't watch anything on my computer. I can only watch things on my phone. Somebody's skateboarding. Or they're bringing home luggage. I think one of the houses down by me is an Airbnb because I always see people with their luggage go to it. And I'm like, there's no way that like 10 different people are moving into this house. No worries. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one last stem, and I think I'm gonna hippity hop on off for the evening, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sorry that there can't be a video this week. This has been literally all of my life this week. I haven't had like the time or the energy to even like consider recording a video. Usually I record my videos on Monday, and I edit them Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I upload them Wednesday evening so that they're up for Patreon for Thursday, and then they go public on Friday. But this week I have not been able to do that. So next week will be, oh my gosh. Next week, I will have a video out about the convention that I am going to be doing this weekend though. So keep an eye out for that. I'll try to make this a regular thing because this was so fun and I enjoyed hanging out with you guys as well. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you next time. Bye!